Welcome to the Essential 99 Punctuation Rules for Court Reporters, video number 17, the dash. I'm Ken Wick. Let's get started. This video is going to cover the dash and rules, ebook rules 26, 27, and 28. 26 is abrupt changes. 27 is non-essential elements with internal commas. 28 is introductory series, or basically a sentence that starts with a series. Abrupt changes. So rule number 26 is use a dash for abrupt changes, basically mid-sentence changes or speaker interruptions. A continuation of an interruption, if any, is preceded by a dash. So first, mid-sentence changes. This is like the speaker talking and then suddenly just shifts gears. Mid-sentence. I got out of the car and jogged, ran to the overturned sedan. So basically they made almost a correction instead of jogging and saying running, but they just mid-sentence change. And notice if they would have continued, we would have put well, there's another example of that, but basically this is a shift, so we put in a dash. Basically, and I'll get to this later, but a dash is a space, two hyphens, and a space in court reporting. She asked me, her husband was always on business to watch her two children. So basically this is an interruption. Person switches gears and then returns back to the original sentence, because if you read the original sentences, she asked me to watch her two children. So here she asked me that basically a mid-sentence abrupt change, her husband was always away on business to watch her two children. Speaking of interruptions, basically a question, were you at home at time of the burglary. So basically the person answers before the end of the question. So this dash here indicates the interruption. Here's the answer, and this is the continuation of the interruption, so we put two dashes. Question, is this your signature on check? And the person gets interrupted. Number 7403, yes. Let me finish. Numbers 7403 and 7404. So basically you have, once again, you have this person interrupting. But here, now, what's different in the two cases is that the person who is asking the question makes a sort of a comment and then finishes the interruption. Because the question is this your signature on check numbers 7403 and 7404? So just like if this wasn't here, let me finish, just look like the above one, but here the person makes a brief statement and then continues. So what you do is you put this brief statement, a period, and then the two dashes showing the continuation of the interruption. Rule 27, non-essential elements with internal commas. So use a dash to separate a non-essential element that has internal commas. Remember, when we always separate a non-essential element with punctuation. Normally it's a comma, or we've covered the comma. Well, what happens when that non-essential element contains commas? Well, the answer is you use dashes. We, Tom, Sue, and Bill, formed the legal team for the prominent client. So basically, this is going to be a non-essential element. which has internal commas, therefore we use dashes to separate it. Here, the witness, reluctant, soft-spoken, and nervous, describe the single suspect. Now, before we covered, the witness, I think I might have said reluctant and nervous. Well, you just put commas here because, it was only a series of 2 items, but now we have a series of 3 items. These adjectives describing witness. Well, the problem is we can't just put commas. Normally we put commas on both sides or either side of this series of adjectives, but since it contains internal commas, we have to use the dash. An introductory series. Use a dash after an introductory series of items before an independent clause. Tom, Sue, and Bill. We form the legal team for the prominent client. So here, introductory series. And then we have the independent clause. Well, we separate that with a dash. If you think about it, if you didn't have a dash here, it would sort of be confusing because you just run right in or try to put a comma here. You're not too sure if this is part of the series. So if you think about it, this is probably the most logical punctuation mark to put here. Reluctant, soft-spoken, and nervous. The witness described the single suspect. So once again, you have an introductory series, then an independent clause. We separate those two with a dash. Well, that's it for this video. Please subscribe. If you like the video, please hit like. And please buy the ebook. Thank you.